The 2025 Reese's Senior Bowl wasn't just another date on the calendar, it was the starting gun for the NFL Draft Madness. The moment when raw talent meets NFL reality. And let's be real, the Miami Dolphins need to pay attention. With glaring holes across the roster, this event wasn't a luxury, it was a necessity. We spent the week in Mobile, Alabama, watching prospects battle it out. Some crumbled under the pressure. Others? They rose to the occasion, putting their names in bold on the Dolphins' radar. 5 players, in particular, made statements. These aren't just prospects, they're potential solutions. Josh Conerly Jr. entered the week as a consensus first-round pick, and after Mobile, nothing changed. His athleticism was on full display, shutting down defenders in one-on-one battles, proving he could handle elite rushers. There was that viral moment, Marshall's Mike Green beating him in a rep, but the part people ignored? Conerly immediately asked for a rematch and won convincingly. That kind of mentality? That's what separates good players from franchise cornerstones. What's even more intriguing for Miami is how much time he spent working with Dolphins assistant offensive line coach Lemuel Jean-Pierre. The Dolphins run a heavy outside zone rushing scheme, and Conerly fits that like a glove. He moves fluidly, seals the edge with ease, and gets upfield like an oversized tight end. Strength is the one question. He's not a road grader, not a mauler, but in today's NFL, pass protection reigns supreme, and Conerly might just be the best in the draft at it. Gray Zabel had the kind of week that transforms a small school name into a legitimate NFL prospect. Coming from North Dakota State, he needed to show he could handle top-tier competition. He didn't just handle it, he dominated. Winning rep after rep in pass protection, driving defenders back in run drills, and showcasing versatility, Zabel proved he belongs. Miami needs offensive line help, and Zabel just might be a perfect fit. He played left tackle in college, but worked at guard and center all week in Mobile, looking like a natural in both spots. With the Dolphins needing toughness and flexibility on the interior, Zabel checks every box. He entered the week projected as a late day 2 or early day 3 pick, but after this performance, it's hard to imagine him lasting past the second round. Mason Taylor arrived in Mobile with a recognizable last name, but this week was about proving he's more than just Jason Taylor's son. He did exactly that. The big question coming in? Could he expand his route tree? At LSU, he was mostly limited to short area routes, sticking to simple underneath concepts. But in Mobile, he showed something different. He created separation downfield, found soft spots in coverage, and made contested catches look easy. He still has work to do as a blocker. Miami desperately needs help in that department, but there were flashes. He held the edge on a few key reps in team drills, showing improved technique. It's a crowded tight end class, but Taylor's stock is rising, and if Miami is looking for a potential long-term answer at the position, he deserves consideration. Darius Alexander came into the Senior Bowl as a Day 3 projection, but that feels outdated now. The biggest question about him was his position. Was he a defensive end? A tackle? A tweener with no true fit? The answer? He's a wrecking ball, and that's all that matters. Alexander was unblockable at times, winning with power, speed, and refined technique. He bullied offensive linemen with a bull rush, finessed his way past others with a swim move, and at one point, left first-round tackle Conerly grasping at air. That kind of versatility and explosiveness is rare, and for Miami, it could be invaluable. Calais Campbell's future is uncertain, and if he moves on, the Dolphins need someone who can step in and provide interior disruption. Alexander might just be that guy. But he's raw, pad-level issues, inconsistent rush moves, but the upside is undeniable. Quincy Riley had one of the hardest jobs of the week. Senior Bowl practices are designed to favor receivers, corners aren't allowed to press, safeties can't offer help, and quarterbacks are in rhythm. And yet, Riley stood out. He battled every rep, never giving an inch, playing with an edge that's impossible to ignore. He's not the biggest corner, 5'10", 192, but he plays like he is, sticking to receivers and making life difficult for them. More importantly, he found the football. In mobile, where defenders are often just trying to survive, Riley made plays, breaking up passes and proving he can track the ball in the air. Miami's secondary is in flux. There's talent, but no long-term solutions. Riley's ability to play the slot gives the Dolphins some much-needed flexibility. This isn't just about collecting talent. This is about filling needs, now. Miami needs offensive linemen who can move. Connolly Jr. and Zabel fit the bill. Miami needs a legitimate two-way tight end. Taylor might grow into that role. Miami needs defensive linemen who can attack. Alexander checks the box. Miami needs toughness in the secondary. Riley has it in spades. 5 names. 5 potential solutions. The question is simple: will the Dolphins make the right moves?